The Nigerian striker has some real concerning issues, like on the pitch with his finishing and off the pitch with his rumored attitude. But this doesn't take away from his true qualities, and this video tends to assess both sides and other major technical areas of his game. And we get to find out just how good is Victor Osimhen. So Victor Osimhen's shooting mechanic for a number 9 is pretty impressive, from the body position while in motion to the contact with the ball, and everything needed for a good shooting foundation is present, and this usually produces a powerful driven shot every single time. So only thing missing is the curves and the finesse, and the issue is simply tied down to the fact that in most of his shots, Victor Osimhen doesn't lean forward enough. He just wants a one-time contact with the ball. He doesn't try to put it in a curve. He just wants all the power he's gathered to meet the ball and let it out. It's a small difference in detail, but it's very important in finishing chances from angles and distances with numbers of obstructions or obstacles on the path of goal. And Victor Osimhen's instinctive shooting style has helped him rack an unfair amount of shots per 90, as well as it's helped him beat pressure from defenders and goalkeepers and feed off rebounds and laps in defenses, so playing against him requires a full-blown concentration. But his most unique qualities is not just his shooting speed when beating press from defenders, but the speed in the action before the shot even arrives. And this includes opening up his body, shuffling his legs to get the right planted foot, and shooting immediately without any touch. Now in terms of his finishing ability, the first stat shows us an awful 16% goal conversion rate. But a little bit of data analysis is needed. So we did the job and found out about 40% of Victor Osimhen's shot usually comes from his headers. And that's an unfair number compared to the rest. And naturally, headers are unconventional compared to shots taken with the foot. So taking off his headed shots, his conversion rate rises up to an amount of 20%, which is fairly okay. Now an eye on the technical area shows that Victor Osimhen lacks variety in shooting distances and shooting techniques, and this limits his finishing skill. And the tendency to always powerfully shoot every single time kills his game in situations where a finesse shot could be much more an advantage than a powerfully driven shot. Victor Osimhen on an average day is a 17 to 20 Premier League goal scorer, while in his prime I could foresee 25 to 29 league goals coming out of him. Victor Osimhen has got 3 basic movements required of a good striker: the textbook box movement, making runs in behind, and finding direct path for the crosser. Now for each movement, his unique qualities is down to the relentless attitude, the powerful energy he generates, and the speed in his calculation and thinking. This means he is always on time and doesn't stop making these runs. And even if the passes doesn't arrive, he will create an option anyway. The biggest point here is Victor Osimhen is tremendously good at creating spaces to receive chances and also connecting with unconventional crosses. So even if he's a striker who needs 4 to 5 chances to score, he's going to generate those chances with his powerful movement. After having a final look at his movements and finishing strengths, Victor Osimhen will score more goals from clean cutbacks and quality crosses delivered into the box than true passes that exposes his mechanics and shooting style. It doesn't mean he doesn't score from those areas, but he's a better finisher closer to the goalpost. Now in terms of his heading ability, Victor Osimhen is levels above the rest in every metric you find in the air, right from his ability to meet any cross and turn them into opportunities, to clearing out set pieces from the back, and then receiving long balls and goal kicks in midfield. So this shows us his influence in all thirds, which rises from clearing dangers and helping his team stay alive in games, to helping them beat press and exploit high lines by being able to receive long balls which he brings down and continue play, to finally scoring inside the final third against any kind of setup. And this is especially important to teams who struggle to break down deep blocks. Overall in possession, he doesn't offer too much aside from what demanded of a number 9 his mold, like running the channel with his mechanical ball carrying style, to moving into spaces smartly to receive the ball, either in his foot for a quick give and go or wall pass, or receiving the ball into spaces for a carrying forward. He can hold up the ball and play his mates in, which he's fairly good at. And once in a while he drops deep to receive long balls and goal kicks to help escape pressure. He's got the ability to make the right decision in terms of creating chances, even when he's not taxed as the creative forward. And technically, he is more good than so many people say he is, because there's a lot of potential in there. And you see that in how he displays the little bit of beat-sized skills on the goal in small spaces. But due to his execution not being all flary or aesthetically pleasing, it just gets robbed or never appreciated. And out of possession, he's your man to press the whole back line, stay on his toes, run, feed off errors, and run tirelessly. But as a minute, he only do these things in games that matters. We're talking derbies, important league games, national or European games. But on the random league game, he just jog around, make runs into the box, and save his energy. Now, profiling a striker like Victor Osimhen is absolutely easy, especially when every of his strengths is as clear as daylight, and he's obviously an orthodox 9 that's perfectly built for a modern game, with his ability to cover spaces and act as a receiving option when needed. So he's easily a plug-and-play option for any serious top side that's ready to win anything tangible. He helps you pin defensive line backwards that creates space for small central built players to express themselves. To get the best out of his finishing, his creators needs to channel their creativity towards putting in quality cutbacks and crosses or smart passes straight into the box, and his movement and powerful finishing will do the rest. Now, if your team is looking to play either more chaotic or settled in possession, Victor Osimhen is still your best bet, as he can go from being a chaos merchant in large spaces to causing chaos with his movement and powerful runs even inside a crowded box to score against deep-sitting defenses. So thanks for watching, and support us build a team for more videos ahead of the transfer window with your likes, share and comment, and see you next time.